Hey everyone, Sean Joel here from Elevation Leaders, where we help you 10x your business valuation. I've been working hard over the last few years to master productivity. Now there's a pretty big difference between being busy and being productive. I think being busy is being more reactive, where you're just reacting to your environment and the things that come up, whereas being productive is being very intentional about what you're going to do. So today I'm going to tell you about my top 3 main productivity hacks, hoping this will help you become even more efficient in your day-to-day lives, whether it's personally or professionally. Okay, let's go with hack number 1 in terms of mastering productivity: inbox zero. So what does inbox zero mean? A lot of people have used this terminology in the past, but I want to explain it here so that you can really get a better understanding. The goal would be for you, when you decide that your work day is ending, whether that's at 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., doesn't matter, that's up to you, that your inbox has 0 emails left in it. Now, the reason this is so impactful in my mind is that it's incredibly liberating. Can you imagine going to sleep at night and you have 0 emails in your inbox? It is a very nice feeling. Now, the main thought process behind this is that if there's an email in your inbox, you should be dealing with it because it's there and it's asking for your attention. If you're not going to deal with it that day, then it should not be able to live in your inbox because you'll get to it when you'll get to it. So both Gmail and Microsoft have very cool options where you can snooze emails and have them come back at a different date in your inbox. So that's how I treat my emails. I look at my emails in the day. I always try to prioritize what is most important to handle. And at that point, when I see that it's near the end of the day and there's certain emails I'm not gonna get to, and this is also easy to do throughout the day, I take that email and I snooze it to a later date, knowing that at that later date, I'll get to it and I'll deal with it. So that's productivity hack number 1. Trust me, it is incredibly liberating. You want to try it. You will love the feeling of going to bed every night with no emails in your box. Number 2 is what we call time boxing. I really learned this concept specifically from Cal Newport, who wrote the work Deep Work. And his concept behind deep work is that we need to be giving ourselves very focused time to move important projects forward. It's almost impossible to get in the zone and to really focus on the work that you need to focus on if you're constantly being distracted by emails, by phone calls, by people coming into your office. So the idea behind time boxing is preparing your schedule where you're really time boxing, you're giving specific calendar time to each of the things that you're gonna handle in the day. And by the way, this includes answering emails where you could say to yourself, okay, from 10 to 11 in the morning and from 2 to 3 in the afternoon, I will give 1 hour focused time on answering emails, but you're not just reacting to every email that comes in. And then you can give other time to focused work and things that you need to really give more attention to. So that's another way of really being more efficient as you go along the way here, is what we call time boxing. Now, the final hack that I want to give you is something that I like to call the brain release. Now, what is the brain release? I want you to imagine that at the beginning of your week, I look at that as Sunday night, where I'm kind of getting ready for the week ahead. I'm going to write down on a piece of paper, or you can do it on a computer screen, every single thing that you need to get done in that week, both personally and professionally. You have certain projects you have to take care of, you have to get back to certain people, you have to go meet others, you have to take care of your kids' soccer games, you have to go to, a grocery store, whatever it is. You put every single thing you need to do in the coming week on a piece of paper. And after that, you use the CVY Quadrants to put them in order of importance. So what are the CVY Quadrants? Q1, the top left, is what we have as urgent and important. Unfortunately, most of us live our lives in that quadrant where everything is always important, it's always urgent, and we always have to deal with it, okay, which is not ideal. Where you want to find more of your time is in Q2. Q2 is what we call important, but it's not yet urgent. That's where we can put a lot of strategic things. Q3 is urgent, but not important. A lot of times people will make you feel like something you need to do is super important, but really it's just become urgent because it wasn't handled, and you may not even be the right person to deal with it. And then Q4 is what we call non-urgent and not important. These are things that you should typically be able to ignore for the most part. Okay, so those are your 4 quadrants, and what you want to do is you want to take that list that you just made of all the items that you need to do in a week, and you categorize them. Q1s, you have no choice. They become urgent and important. You have to deal with them pretty quickly. Q2s are where you want to spend more of your time. Ideally, Q3s you can delegate because it might be urgent, but if it's not important to you, let someone else handle it. And then Q4 are things that you should just be ignoring because they're neither important nor urgent. So those are the top 3 productivity hacks for this week. As I mentioned, really focus in. Number 1, zero inbox. Get that inbox down to nothing. Number 2 is really time boxing. Number 3 is all about your brain release and getting ready for a successful week ahead. I hope these tips have been helpful, and if you like this video, please do share it with your network. Thanks and have a great day.